Hey, hey, hey. This is Forrest Gump today. I'm talking about when was the last time you replaced your minerals and nutrients in your body? I mean, when was the last time you replaced your minerals and nutrients in your body? Now, most people don't know that the body has a requirement that when you don't meet it, you deteriorate in steps leading to death, which is something you'll never be told until now. You need certain nutritional elements to live a healthy lifestyle for a long time. And if no one tells you this, you won't know it. You think food is the answer, but it has never crossed your mind that cooked food kills. Well, let's think about it for a second. You are a living being, but you're eating death. Anything cooked over 118 degrees Fahrenheit is DEAD, dead. It is not alive, but you are alive. But it hasn't dawned on you that you need life in order to stay alive. But I'll give you one better. You need minerals, nutrients, and trace elements to stay alive. Think about it. You get all those things from your mom when you're in the womb. How do you get them outside of the womb? When do you get them outside of the womb? Have you ever been told you needed them outside of the womb? You think vitamins are what you need. But what you don't know about the word vitamin, it was created by a doctor. There is no plant called vitamin. There's no tree called vitamin. There is no mineral known as vitamin. That's two different words created by a doctor. And when you do the research, you're going to discover this for yourself. Don't trust me? Check me. You need minerals, nutrients, and trace elements. Your DNA has a requirement: minerals, nutrients, and trace elements. If you're not getting those things, guess what you're doing? You're deteriorating to death. You're dying. If you don't change the oil in your car, what happens to it? If you don't put fuel in the car, what happens to it? It ain't going nowhere fast. Well, your body kind of is works the same way. You need certain things to fuel it. You need certain things to maintain it. You need things that you're not being told. Your deoxyribonucleic acid, you know that strand that you always see with the spiral? It's a double strand that connects, that has a connection and a spiral. That's your DNA. If you do not meet the requirements of your DNA, you are slowly dying. That strand is deteriorating, it's breaking down. When you meet the demand, that strand stays strong for a long time. There are people who lived over 100 years old. Now, some of y'all say, man, I'm tired of this place. I don't want to live to be 100. I get it. You're in a bad environment, you're eating bad, you're drinking bad, you're living bad, so you want to check out fast. I got it. I really do get it. But for those who want to be healthy, feel good, look good, taste good, I mean, good all the way round, you need minerals, nutrients, and trace elements. Now, where do you get minerals, nutrients, and trace elements? You can only get them from something that is alive. When was the last time you had cat's claw? When was the last time you had burdock? When was the last time you had sheep sorrel? How about bladderwhack? I know most of y'all do sea moss, but that's only one of the many plants that you need on a daily basis. You need 102 to 120 minerals every day. And probably impossible, almost. But even if you can get them over a week's time, that would be better than nothing, right? So I recommend, you know, everything plant based first and foremost, because that's the only way you can get minerals, nutrients, and trace elements. You can get them from the sun and you can get them from plants. Okay, you can get it for water. That's real water, not that bottled water stuff, and not that stuff out of your tap. Alkaline water, uh, uh, you can put minerals and nutrients in filtered water. Do you know one of the best ways to get minerals and nutrients from plants is to put the plants in a gallon jug, just the raw plants, put them in some water and let them, what's the terminology they use for when people infuse? That's the word. Infusion. You can get minerals and nutrients from plants of infusion. And that's what we do. We put, let me see, we put parsley, we put mint, we put basil, we put lemons, oranges. We put a whole bunch of different plants that are live and fruits, and we infuse them in water and we drink the water. That's one of the best ways. Instead of using the mineral solutions that they sell online, this is probably the best way to get, you know, in your water, that is. But what happens when you need it in its natural state, like the plants themselves? Now, remember, you cannot get protein from meat. Uh oh. You cannot get protein from meat. That's a lie. I'm going to prove it. Ready? Okay, here we go. If the animal eats the plants that give the protein, does not their body assimilate those minerals and nutrients to create its flesh? And then so you've been told that if you eat the flesh of the animal, you're gonna get protein. I'm sorry, I gotta laugh. See, this stuff makes so much sense. It's stupid. You've been told you get proteins from meat. You have been lied to. Don't trust me. Check me. You can only get proteins from plants. The same place the animal got when it ate the plant, the protein that it had. You can't get protein from meat. It's already assimilated the protein from the plant. You have to get it from the plant yourself. So, lie number uno. Okay, milk has calcium. Lie number, how do you say two in Spanish? Dos. Lie number two. You don't get calcium from milk, you big dummy. You feeding your children CalSTArt, and you believe you're getting calcium? Calcium can only come from a plant, and you don't need that much of it. That's right. Or it will calcify in your veins. But wait a minute. Lie number two is probably one of the biggest lies because I used to work at a restaurant and I see people drinking this milk and they thought they were doing something good. We're the only animal on the planet that drinks another animal's milk. Hello. But wait a minute. The milk of a cow is designed to make a baby calf 400 pounds. Hold on. That stuff is formulated in the calf's body to make its offspring 400 pounds. And you wonder why you get breast cancer, liver cancer, lung, you name the so-called cancer. You wonder why you're getting it because of what you're doing. But you haven't checked anything of what you're doing. You're just kind of listening to what you're being told without checking. And as a result, you're suffering unnecessarily. You're deteriorating unnecessarily. You're dying when all you need is what the plants that you walk by on the ground every day and you pass up will give you. That's right. The plants you step on will give you what you need to stay alive and to stay healthy. Grow your hair, nice, beautiful skin. I mean, look, this is nothing new. This is how we got to where we are today. We didn't get to where we are from medication. And I'm not beating up medication. It serves a purpose. But we didn't get here because we were lacking pharmaceutical drugs. We didn't get here because we were lacking medication. We didn't get here because we were lacking a doctor. No, ma'am, and no, sir. We got here because of the plants. They were here before us. But wait a minute. They were designed to give us everything we need. For the Christian, it says in the Bible, Genesis, it says in Genesis, it says plants are the meat of the earth. That's in Genesis. Plants are the meat of the earth. Now, if plants is the meat of the earth, Why do you think meat is the meat of the earth? Wait a minute. They didn't. The Bible didn't change the fact that plants were the meat of the earth. Even when it stated that you can now have meat, it didn't take out plants were the meat of the earth. It just gave you a choice to kill yourself faster or to accept what it stated in the beginning. Plants are the meat of the earth. Now let's go back to us non-Christians. Everything you need is found in nature. Everything. Sun, the water, the plants. We're just like trees. A tree outlives a human being. A tree grows larger than a human being and then outlives a human being simply because it's getting everything it needs from nature. It's getting the minerals and nutrients from the ground. It's getting the water and sun from the mother nature. Everything the plant gets, we need. It then in turn delivers us what we need to stay alive, what our DNA is required. Listen, you know, you don't have to believe me. Just check and see if what I'm saying is true. Remember, a doctor can't tell you outside of what he knows. They don't study this. They don't have to because they legally sell medication. That's right. There are legal, if you ask me, drug dealers. I'm not knocking it. Serves a purpose, as I stated before, in extreme situations, but they were only supposed to be there for emergency situations. They're not supposed to be there for, you know, diabetes, cancer, you name the self-inflicted diseases. They're not there for that. Those are things that you create so that you can uncreate them. You can infect by simply changing your diet. All those so-called diseases, cancer and diabetes, those things go away. I'm not making this up. Read the medical books, I can prove it. That's what I do. I read the medical books. So, when was the last time you replaced your minerals and nutrients? I mean, come on. If you're not doing it on a daily basis, you're dying on a daily basis. And if you don't know to do it, then now you do. And if you choose not to do it, then you kind of deserve the outcome. I take minerals and nutrients. I started growing my hair at 50. I started growing my hair at 50. An American and it's down to my butt. But I started growing it at 50. 10 years later, it's down to my butt. I'm telling you, I got A1 health. I'm not perfect. I cheat too. I like the bad stuff too. I'm not going to sit here and lie. But I offset it with the good, the minerals, nutrients, and trace elements. I'm telling you, you can do the same thing. I'm telling you, if you got any kind of disease, you can turn it around by simply changing your diet and adding the minerals and nutrients the body's actually looking for. It's not looking for pharmaceutical drugs. It's not looking for vitamins. It's looking for minerals, nutrients, and trace elements. When you give your body those things, guess what? You will start healing. When you stop eating poison, guess what? You will start healing. Did you know you can overcome disease just by changing your diet? If you just stop poisoning yourself, you will overcome whatever ailment you have right now. Oh, Mr. Urbis, you can't say that. Well, yes, I can. You see, because I've done one thing that you won't ever do: research. And I don't, and I ask the right questions. And I don't take what anyone says for face value. I do the research. I'm telling you to do exactly the same thing. I'm not telling you to trust and believe what I'm saying. I'm simply saying, check what I'm saying. If in fact you check to see what I'm saying is true, then this message was for you. But if you never checked and you just believe what someone says, this message ain't for you because you still gonna remain the dummy you already are. I'm here to save the life that's looking to be saved. I'm trying to help the person that wants to be helped. If you hear my message and you get it, you probably want to be helped. If you hear my message and you don't get it, you like where you are. If you like it, I love it. So, with all that being said, Add minerals, nutrients, and trace elements to your diet. It comes in the form of herbs. And you can find those herbs at www.herbsoftheforce.com. But better than that, you can call me 888-619-4372, and you can even text me. I talk by text sometimes. I will get back to you. It might not be as fast as you want me to, but if you call me, I'm going to talk to you. And don't be afraid to talk to somebody. I'm finding that people are afraid to get on the cotton picking phone and talk to somebody about their health. I know people who died because they didn't want to share the fact that they had cancer, which is not a disease. They didn't want to share the fact that they had diabetes, which is not a disease. High blood pressure is not a disease, guys. These are food. These are eating. What do you call them? What's the word I'm looking for? When you deteriorate from the things you do. These are self-inflicted food ailments. That's right. All these health challenges are caused by what you consume. Now, you probably won't believe that off the bat, but trust me, I'm not making this up. There's a book called Thyroid Healing. Read it. Blow your mind. Every disease under the sun is in that book. And then they give you recipes and tell you how to overcome those same diseases I'm talking about right now. Thyroid Healing with the artichoke heart on the front of the cover. Don't trust me, just read. Doctors will put their information and they'll put it in letters and books because they can do that. They just can't come on without losing their license and tell you, hey, if you change your diet tomorrow, you'll start living today. They can't come on and tell you that because they have a license to practice. They don't have a license to save. They got a license to practice. And they're not in the business of saving lives. They're in the business of managing lives. I'm in the business of saving lives by just simply telling you the truth. You're either going to believe me or not. Your call. Doesn't matter to me one way or the other. I only want to help the person that want to be helped, not the one that doesn't. Got no time for you if you don't want to be helped. But if you do want to be helped, pick up the phone. Reach out. Text. Call. Yes, right. That's right. You can go to my website and communicate with me through the website. I'll eventually get it. But if you call, you're gonna get me right up front, right up straight up, and it's gonna be raw. It ain't gonna be, I don't candy coat crap. If doo doo is doo doo, that's what you're gonna get, doo doo. If candy is candy, that's what you're gonna get, some candy. Okay? Sugar does not kill, meat does. My name is Forrest Gump, www.herbsoftheforest.com, 888-619-4372. Feel free to call me. Feel free to reach out. I'm only here to help those who desire to be helped. If that's you, thanks for listening today. And until I come back again, I'm finally back up and ready to run again. Uh, please pick up the phone or send a text or, reach out. I'm a regular person just like you. I'm down to earth. I'm real. I'm 100. I refuse to lie to you to sell you anything. So if you ask me a question, I'm going to be honest. And then you still get to make the choice in the end. My name's Forrest. Thanks for listening. Peace.